Good morning and welcome to the March Oracle card reading forecast with me, Anna Hart. So for those of you who've been following my videos, I'm a clairaudient, an intuitive, I'm a certified Reiki master, but I also work a lot with Oracle cards, and that's what I'm focusing on at the moment, and crystals. So I'm really excited actually today because I'm going to be using my own deck of Oracle cards for the well, it's the first day really. So I've done an Oracle card pick for today, which was the Abundance card, which I'm just over the moon with because that really is my favorite card, I think, of the whole deck. But yeah, so today I'm going to be using my own Oracle cards that I've created and going to be sharing with you a card for each week to take us through March, just showing what message that we need to see, what we need to know as we work through that week. So without further ado, let's get to it. So week one, so this is the week we're in at the moment. This will take us up to the 5th of March, and it's the Love card. So there are 4 different types of card in my deck. There are the message cards, which are just a clear message from the divine, from the universe, from spirit, and our intuition, something that we just need to know. There are also reflection cards, which suggest that we need to take some time out to look within ourselves and reflect on the situation and perhaps even past events, etc., to really find a way forward and to know what we need to know. We have healing cards, and these are cards that reflect that we're on a healing part of our journey and what we need to know, what we can do to support ourselves through that healing. And we also have action cards, and those are the cards that are, you know, go, stop, pause, delay, learn a bit more, or, you know, perhaps surrender, surrender your issue to the divine and ask for some guidance on that. So this is a message card, and it's the beautiful, I think they're peonies, I call them peonies, I don't think they're roses, I think they're peonies, and I love peonies, and this is just, I was really called to use this imagery for this card. It's the Love card, and the message is, sometimes we all feel like we need to be wrapped up in cotton wool, that we want to curl up in a ball and hide from the world. This card brings a message that you are loved. There is an abundance of love around you, and that's so funny that we have got the Abundance card this morning. That's the card we picked this morning. So there we go. There is an abundance of love around you. You do not have to look for it. It is here, there, and everywhere. It is in you, and it is you. You are love. You are love. Just wanted to take a moment there. You are love. Just felt important to say. Be kind to others, but most of all, be kind to yourself. It's only when we fully love ourselves that we can fully give love to others. And so the affirmation, if you would like to recite this throughout the week or what have you, is I am loved unconditionally, and I give unconditional love to others. I am loved unconditionally, and I give unconditional love to others. And this strikes me also as being quite a powerful message at the moment, given everything that's happening in our world, and the fear and the hurt and the hate that is out there and being spread. And I think this card feels very apt, that this is the message that we need to hold on to, is the message of love. But the more we love ourselves, the more we are able to give love and accept others. So that's quite nice. And just if you haven't seen the other video, here is the Abundance card. So that is the card that we picked this morning as today's card. So there we go. So for week one, it could be a slightly difficult week. There could be difficulties. Focus on love, self-love, and love for others. So week 2, so this is what was the 6th of March onwards. It's the Support card, and this is a reflection card. So this is really prompting us to look perhaps within ourselves to find the guidance that we need, because often the questions that we have, the answers are within us, and it's just a case of connecting with those. So we all need some independence in life, but sometimes we can't do things alone, or rather we don't have to. This card brings a message to take a moment to think about who can support you now. Who has had your back in the past? How have you helped others, and vice versa? Who knows or has experience of your current situation or predicament? Can they support you? Can they share their experience with you? It's time to call in your support network, and don't be too fixed on who this might be. Look outside of the box. And the affirmation for this card is, there is an abundance of support just waiting for me. Again, it's the abundance word, isn't it? It is the abundance word. There is an abundance of support just waiting for me. Okay, and so here we have the holding hands, and this is just a reflection really, but it's looking out into this world, looking out at what's happening around us and just feeling that connection, feeling that support, whatever that is. And that can be platonic support, that could be intimate support, that could be friendship, that could be support from society, community, and it could be support from the structures and governance. You know, I personally have found that in accepting my purpose in life, issues have come up that I have to deal with, and there is support there, support I didn't even know existed, and that's support, financial support from my local council, for instance, you know, that have initiatives that are there to support us. And that's why it's important, I think, to look outside of the box and to think that you know, don't necessarily go to the people that you think are going to be able to help you. Keep your mind open, because often that support will be given to you from sources that we don't necessarily expect. So I'll just leave that there, and something to keep in mind. So week 3, so this is the 13th of March onwards. And this is the waiting card. So as you can see, we're in the waiting room at the airport. People are setting off on their flights, off to their next adventure, and we're currently sitting there in departures, waiting to be called to check in. So do you feel that moving forward is a struggle? We all have times in our lives where we feel we're swimming against the tide. At these times, we can either struggle on regardless, or accept that there is always a period of waiting on all good journeys. This card brings a message that you are still on course. You are just in the waiting area right now. So embrace the moment of quiet before your journey gets going again. And the affirmation is, I am taking this opportunity to rest before the adventure begins. So I'm taking this opportunity to rest before the adventure begins. So I think that third week is going to be about downtime. You might want to feel frustrated. You might feel frustrated that things aren't going ahead as quickly as you want, or you just feel like you're just waiting around for things. Ultimately, this is in your best interest. So this is a chance to kind of just rest, recuperate, go and get yourself a paper and a coffee, you know, that's going to sustain you and prepare you for the next bit of the journey. So it's a gift, actually. It's a gift, this period of waiting time. It is a gift. Okay, so moving on then to week 4, which is the 20th. Sorry, I'm looking at my calendar. It is the 20th onwards, and it's on your path. So again, this is a message card, and as you can see here, we have a very clear path, straightforward. We can't stray off it. We're on the path. It's beautiful, it's green, it's blossoming, it's rich, it's shaded, and it's cool, and this is our path to our goal, to our purpose. So the message is, are you feeling a little lost right now? Do you feel as though you have strayed off course and left the map somewhere safe but can't remember where? This card brings a message that you need not fear. You are on the right path, your path. You are exactly where you need to be right now. So keep going, because every new step you take is a step closer to your highest good. And the affirmation for this week is, I am exactly where I need to be. I am exactly where I need to be. So even if you think things are starting to go a little bit awry, you're on the wrong path, don't worry, you are on your path. You're exactly where you need to be. You just need to keep the faith and keep going. Keep putting that one step in front of the other. Okay. Okay, so card 5, week 5. So this is from the 27th onwards, and it's another message card. So 4 of the 5 cards this month are message cards. So it's the heart and soul card. And what we have here is some beautiful spring blossom, which again is quite apt, I think, for the last week of March. And it's beautiful spring blossom, and it's no one is anything all of the time. People change, situations change, and nothing stays the same indefinitely. This is natural. This is okay. Change is how things develop, improve, and grow. If the bud remained in this state, there would be no beautiful blossoming flowers, no sweet nectar for the busy bee, and no fruit. This card brings a message that change is possible, and it's okay to change your mind. As long as you are changing direction from a place of love and truth, and not fear and lack, you are supported. Do what feels right for you. And the affirmation is, I am not afraid to change course to follow my dreams. So as we get to the end of March, it feels like there may be a feeling that we're perhaps changing direction, you know, changing our minds about something, and something that we thought we wanted, or a fixed view we had of what was going to make us happy or what we wanted to achieve. Perhaps that's going to shift slightly, and that could be a really big shift, or it could be just a slight shift, you know. And I think the message of this is saying that's fine, you know, just because you're on your path and you think that's how it's going to go doesn't necessarily mean that that's where it's going to end up. And sometimes you're just going on at a slightly different trajectory, but you're going to get to the, you know, the same place, and ultimately you're going to get to where you are supposed to be in the end anyway. So don't get too hung up. Don't think, oh, you know, I've said all this stuff, I'm going to do this, and actually now I'm thinking I want to do something different. That's fine. You know, ultimately we only really have to justify, you know, as long as we're not harming anybody else, we only have to justify ourselves to ourselves, and we have to live with ourselves. So be honest with yourself, be kind to yourself. And again, the wording of this, it's about changing your direction from a place of love and truth, and not fear and lack. And the opposite of lack is abundance. And so again, it brings us back to this idea of abundance. So if you get to the end of the month and you think, oh, this isn't working, where's the money come from? I haven't got support in this, that's not going to work because of such, that's fear, you know. And if it's those fears that are holding us back and making us want to change, you know, say for instance, you've started a new business and things aren't going as quickly as you'd like. Perhaps you feel that, you know, you're insecure financially, and there's a temptation there to go back to what you used to do, even if that made you unhappy, because it's safe, because you know that you're going to be able to make money that way and you'll be more secure. And you're perhaps thinking of, you know, throwing all of the progress, all of the positive work you've done away. Well, I would suggest that that's, you know, if you're doing that purely for fear, purely because of a fear of lack and not having enough, and a lack of confidence as well, perhaps in yourself, in your own abilities, that's perhaps not the best place to act from. So if you're going to change your mind, make sure it's because it's something that you think actually is going to make you happier, it's going to be more fulfilling, it's going to bring you joy into your life, and it's going to give you happiness and positivity, you know, as long as you're going in that direction because you think it's something that you know, positively want and it's going to be good, then, you know, no problem, change your mind. That's all right. So that's it for this week. I really hope that helped in some way. It's going to be an interesting month. Hang in there and take care. Take care of yourself, stay safe, stay well, stay happy. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.